The air is peaceful, the landscape serene. The birds are chirping, and the wind passes through the trees, moving the leaves and creating a calm atmosphere. It doesn't last long. A patch of ground deep into the woods begins glowing red. Within this eerie glow appears a symbol. This symbol looks like a mutilated corpse's head. The likeness is slight. It's so unrecognizable that one could barely see the human origins. The glow fades as the being falls to the ground, kneeling and staring at the ground. Limp, smile ever present. Its eyes open, glowing a piercing crimson. It takes off into the air at alarming speeds, far exceeding anything that had existed before. Its ascent into the sky at a staggering pace.
Sweet release. Oh, Aprum, what I have in store for you.
An ancient evil has awoken. One many expected never to return. Dark times are approaching, and the world remains none the wiser. Calamity awaits. The Demon Who Owns a Garden. Chapter 2. A First Encounter. The tavern doors fly open as the woman comes through, bringing the jolly music to a stop. She's dressed in dusty leather plate mail with a scarf that covers half her face. The wide brim of her hat barely hides the striking, crystalline blue eyes as they scan the room. Her steely gaze causes anyone looking to fearfully look down and continue with hushed conversation. The music slowly picks back up as she walks to the barman.
Andrea, so good to see you, my friend. I must ask, business or leisure?
Business.
Whiskey on the rocks, then. Coming right up. They're at table 3, back window. I'll add it to your tab. Don't trust that man, Andrea. There's something off about him. Tread carefully. Best of luck, my friend.
Trust me, Barman. I'll be fine. See you soon, old friend.
The tavern's floorboards creak as she makes her way towards the table, the figure becoming clearer through the thick haze of cigar smoke. He's large, very large. Horns protrude from the cloak covering his body. If he were to stand up, he could be 8 feet tall.
So glad you could make it, Palante. Please, sit.
You know of my title? Impressive. You must know what I'm capable of then.
Yes, I'm well aware. You have slain many of the leftover Hellborn in the realm, and you have been quite the benefit to the Indians. All out of the goodness of your heart.
All out of the goodness of coin. Don't waste my time, old man. What is your offer?
Oh, apologies. But you see, you know the rumor, don't you? How the king's boy was killed by a certain Minotaur?
Your point?
What say I offer you? Oh, well, I don't know. How about 5,000 golden circlets?
You just said 5,000. Are you out of your mind?
Oh no, dear. I am quite sane. More sane than you realize.
So what? I kill the beast and you give me that.
No! Alive. He must be brought to me alive. He must be brought to me alive. I don't care how you get him to me. Just bring him alive.
And when might you know I have captured the beast? The place it lives in is a day's walk from here, and I'll be trapped in thick forest for a long while till I find the beast.
Oh, trust me. You will know, Andrea.
I hope this is worth it. For your sake, my love. Javier, you will get better. You have to. I will save you. I promise. Bye.
Goodbye, and stay safe.
Easy, boy, easy. We'll be out of this forest by sunrise. Don't worry.
With her trusty stallion Bob galloping at blistering speed through the brush, they were crossing ground at a staggering pace. Bob's mane was black as night, his dappled coat reminiscent of the cows aimlessly wandering the fields in the neighboring farm towns. The deeper they got into the bush, the more unsettled Bob acted. The air in the forest seemed to grow thicker and colder, as if it were cursed. The smell of rot wafted through the air, that awful stench of decaying bodies. This place was once one of thriving beauty, but was now tainted and dying. If one looked close enough, the fog that enveloped the surrounding area had a subtle red tint and a slight taste of iron, like blood.
Just a little longer, Bob. Just a little longer. Faster, boy. We need to get out of here. This forest is too much for Bob, and I can't keep him calm much longer. Please let there be sunlight soon. The sun should be rising any minute.
The horse speeds up. The fog thickens at a distressingly rapid pace. Even with the dense, dark forest enveloping them, Reina and her horse did not expect what happened next.
Ah!
Tree vines, twisted and animated with malevolent intent, whipped through the air like serpents on the hunt. They lashed out, aiming to ensnare the princess and pull her from Bob. With a deft twist of her wrist, she drew a gleaming dagger from her belt. The blade reflected the dappled sunlight that made its way through the foliage and fog.
It's sunrise. I can make it. Faster, Bob. Go, go, go!
There was no respite as more and more vines closed in, their thorny tendrils reaching out like grasping claws. The princess expertly maneuvered her horse, weaving between the tangled mass of vegetation, all the while fending off the relentless, thorny assault.
They aren't a part of the trees. What are these things?
With each swing of her blade, she carved a path through the writhing mass, determination burning bright in her eyes. Bob responded to her every command, his muscles rippling with power as they danced through the chaos. He was set on one mission, getting his master out of this harm. It didn't last. The vines seemed endless. Their relentless onslaught tested Reina's resolve. Fatigue began to set in, her movements growing sluggish as the weight of the battle bore down upon her. A particularly thick vine coiled around Bob's legs, causing him to stumble. In that moment of vulnerability, another vine struck, lashing out with unexpected speed. Reina, barely having time to react as the thorny tendril wrapped around her ankle and pulled her from the mount with a forceful snap. She hit the forest floor hard, the impact knocking the breath from her lungs.
can't end like this. Someone, please, help me.
As if her prayers were answered, she hears movement coming from nearby. Through the haze, a flicker of movement caught her fading gaze. A massive figure emerged from the shadows, towering over her with a daunting presence. It had glowing green horns and eyes, a giant double-edged axe in its hands.
No.
Darkness envelops her. Her body lifts. Hefty footsteps trek through ripped shrubbery. Sunlight envelops them as the beast exits the forest with Reina's limp body. The true journey begins now.
I'm home. What am I doing? 5,000 gold circles could get Javier an actual doctor. Someone to lift him off this curse. We could have a life again. Oh, God. I can't actually be considering this. Whatever that man, no, things demands, must have an ulterior motive. It can't be that easy. But my love might wake again. I might see his eyes again. His smile. I have no choice. I can't lose you. No matter what.
Now adamant in her decision, she walks to the table, grabbing her hat and scarf. She tightens her belt, walking over to a closet in the small room, reaching in to grab a glimmering silver rapier. She inspects it, taking note of the crude crossguard as well as the little scratches covering the blade.
I can always rely on you now, can I? I love you, Javier. See you soon. This place, it's the lower part of the kingdom. Dusty and littered in trash. Nowhere near taken care of than the rest. Ever since the king poured most of the funds and effort towards war plans, he had forgotten to take care of his people, leaving them to mostly fend for themselves. For a little more than a month, we have been left to our own devices, and with no enforcement to stop crime. One can imagine the evils that reside in the shadows here.
Ah, Andrea! Greetings, old friend. How's the husband?
Same as always, Grams. Spot is in there, isn't she?
Ah, yes, on another assignment, are we? Well, she has been her stubborn self, as always, but yes, she is.
Bring me to her, please. It is of the utmost importance. I must make haste.
My, impatient today, are we? Whatever you say, Andrea. Wait here just a moment.
That old man.
That was my favorite jar. Get.
Thanks for fishing her out of there. Sure hope it wasn't too much trouble.
Yeah, she's a tough one, but nothing I can't handle. She's yours, Andrea. Ah, yes, payment. Thank you, Andrea. Wait, this is 50 silver circlets. I only charge 5. You don't need to...
Please take it. Least I could do for having you watch over my home while I'm gone.
The pleasure will always be mine, Andrea. Best of luck on your travels, old friend. May you find what you're looking for.
What a silly old man, huh? Whatever it takes.
I opened the door into my wooden cottage, setting her onto the bed and covering her in a fur blanket. It's cold here,
So cold. Never the matter. I make sure to shut the blinds and that no one can see in. Stepping out into the sun, I shut the door, locking it from the outside and tossing the key under a rock near the entrance. Having felt satisfied in saving the girl, I grab my axe that had been leaning on the side of my house and head to the cutting log. Not wasting any time, I swing away, cutting each log I set down in one fell swoop. Before I could cut into the 7th log, thunder crackles as I hear a thud behind me, as if someone had just landed. It was him.
Greetings, old friend.
What do you want, Malus?
Is there any way to talk to your fellow brother in arms? Come on now, play nice.
We were never brothers. I was just a mere pawn in your stupid games.
It wasn't wise to turn your back on your superior, isn't it, Minotaur? But I know what it is you want. How you think preventing my little experiment from growing will bring her back. So naive of you. Oh, what a joy it will be to watch you crumble. So long, old chum.
Malus is back.
Oh. And weren't you the one who sealed him away for good?
Don't goad me. You're but an illusion in my mind, nothing more.
Is that so? We shall see, General. We shall see.
The laughter gets unbearable. I hold my ears tightly. It won't stop. Please make it stop. Please. Please.
That girl will be more useful. More pieces added to the board. Ooh, what a fun game this will all be. But all in due time, old friend. All in due time.
End of Chapter 2. This audio series is narrated by Matt Biggins, written and directed by Byron Jones, and produced at this here YouTube channel.
This episode's cast stars in order: the Ferret 723 as Malus, DuckButter as the Barman, Xiao Sev as Andrea, Emily Kerwood as Reina, FatherTundra as the Raptures voice, Schlemo as the old man, and then me as Aprum. For our extra voices used in this episode, we have Hinatazuki, DuckButter, Schlemo, Nate the Great, Kev Eric VA, and Cam J Cake. Thank you everyone for watching episode 2 part 1, and see you next month. Stay tuned.